Aviation, the history of the Royal Air Force, it's got a lot. A lot has happened here over the years, so we may just be the last unit here, the firefighting unit that's departing, but actually it's the Royal Air Force is departing.
They're the latest, but also the last. For these soon-to-be RAF firefighters, this is week 12 of their 14-week training, the crash phase, where they learn how to deal with simulated aircraft and vehicle fires. After more than 30 years, the RAF's firefighting school is leaving Manston, ending the Royal Air Force's presence here and a history that goes back on and off to before the Second World War.
Most people think of Manston as one of the centre pieces of the Battle of Britain. The station was almost uniquely destroyed in 1940, the number of attacks that took place on it. Throughout the rest of the war, many famous feats of aviation took place from here, not least the Channel Dash, when some 6 swordfish bombers attacked the German fleet in the Channel and were all shot down, and their commander was awarded the Victoria Cross. And many other feats of aviation during that time: D-Day, Dunkirk, Dieppe, the fight against the V-1 rockets. Indeed, the very first operational jet fighter unit in the Royal Air Force operated from here for the first time, number 616 Squadron, with Gloucester Meteors.
The RAF's firefighting school moved here to the Kent coast in the late 1980s. As well as being the last intake, this course have also had the COVID crisis to deal with. When it first hit, training was suspended and the 16 students were sent home. Eventually, they returned, confined to camp in their own family bubble.
So once as a family unit, as you can probably appreciate, the dynamic situation of firefighting, you cannot socially distance safely. So we took that approach, the safest approach that we could, because it's vitally important that we get these guys and girls out onto the front line.
The first section of training is very similar to civilian firefighters, operating the hose, using breathing apparatus and dealing with house fires. The last phase, though, is more specific, with the students learning about aircraft fires and how to rescue trapped aircrew.
My father was a firefighter as well, so from a young age I've always had that sort of insight into the job role, and ever since growing up and seeing him do his bits and all that, I've kind of really wanted to do it, so I thought, here I am.
He must be very proud of you.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Also here, and the only girl in the group, is 20-year-old Jordan Lenton from Dudley in the West Midlands.
And you don't come from a firefighting family? Or?
No. My family's quite like just normal jobs, like retail sort of jobs, so it's nice just to push out a bit and do something different. That's what my family does.
So what do your mum and dad make of this career?
They're happy that I've done something different, it's something good for my life sort of thing.
After they finish here, the recruits will be posted to stations up and down the country to finish their training. And while for some it's their first job, for others, joining the RAF marks a big career change.
So I did sports and exercise science, trained as a teacher, did a bit of outdoor activities and pursuits as well. And then firefighting was always what I wanted to do, so it was like that opportunity came up and it was a big decision. Am I going to stay doing what I'm doing now, or do I take the change? So I decided to change, leave that and come here.
Did welding on oil rigs and stuff like that. Climate sort of plummeted in that sort of area, and then fell into when I was a manager in a call centre. Then after that I just sort of had enough in the call centre and wanted a bit of a challenge, and decided to come and join the Royal Air Force.
Over the course of 30 years, Manston's firefighting school has gathered quite a collection of vintage aircraft and vehicles. Nearly all of them are now going to new homes. Training is being moved to a new £5 million fire service college in the Cotswolds, operated by the private company Capita. As for Manston, well, it's not closing completely. Reservists from 3rd Battalion, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment, are staying, along with an air cadet squadron. For the Royal Air Force, though, this is the end. In November, the class of 2020 will pass out before a final goodbye in late March. The RAF bidding farewell to this most historic of sites. Gone, but not forgotten. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.